What's up, YouTube? Got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the brand new YoyoFactory Polycarbonate Wedge. So the brand new YoyoFactory Polycarbonate Wedge is sort of a follow-up to the initial limited release wedge that came out around Christmas time last year. So the wedge that came out last year is a machined Delrin yo-yo. This retailed for like 35 bucks. It came in white, came in black. I opted to get it in black and with the red hubs. I really like this. It came out around the same time as the Yo-Yo Freaks Sharp, and honestly, I liked them both. It was cool. Two really good Delrins came out like within the same week of each other, and it was fun. This is a fun Delrin. This was a fun yo-yo. I carry this a lot. I play with it a lot. And it's been cool. So when Evan was here in Pittsburgh for East Coast Masters earlier this year, he had one of the prototypes of the polycarbonate version of the wedge here with him. And I got the chance to play it. He said, this is pretty much going to be the way it's going to be, except we're going to blast the hubs, which was actually a suggestion that I had for the Delrin wedge, to blast the hubs as opposed to being shiny. But they've actually blasted the whole like inside of the cup there, and it's actually very nice and matted feeling, very smooth. It's a really nice touch, in my opinion. It's a really, really nice touch. So let's get into the specs of the brand new YoyoFactory wedge. So weight is 66.8 grams, so it's come down a little bit in weight. I think this one was almost 69 grams, actually. The diameter is 57.58 millimeters. The width is 47.5 millimeters, and it is a polished polycarbonate yo-yo. So just got to say, out of the box, really, really enjoying this yo-yo. Really, really having a good time with it. Got it the other day. They just dropped on the Yotricks site. Yotricks has them first. They will be dropping everywhere else in like 2 weeks, but Yotricks has them right now, and I decided to jump all over it because I liked Evan's when I played his, and I was like, well, I know I'm going to like this. YoyoFactory always pretty much kills it on plastic yo-yos too. Like, YoyoFactory's metal yo-yos are good. I'm not griping on them. Don't tell YoyoFactory I don't like their metal yo-yos. They're good as well. But their plastic yo-yos, in my opinion, just seem to shine brighter than all other plastics that come out within those price range. YoyoFactory really nails plastics, and they really nail plastics every single time. So, here it is next to the original wedge. As you can see, the shape's a little bit different. This one's a little bit more like the Countach. The rims are a little bigger. It's not quite as big of a gap, like the flare is bigger on the polycarbonate wedge. And honestly, they don't feel very much alike when you're playing them. They're the same width and the same diameter, pretty much. I think this one might just have a slightly bigger diameter. But just for scale, here it is next to another really good YoyoFactory plastic. Here it is next to the North Star Finger Spin. So you can see similar in diameter, but a lot wider, which I like. So this really, to me, kind of encapsulates or captures what modern yo-yo design is, at least for competition yo-yos. It's pretty wide. It's got a pretty big diameter, but it's still not that heavy, but it's still really stable and spins a really long time. So, Evan talked about how, this would be a good yo-yo for a beginner up to and through competition. I don't know if I would necessarily use this for competition per se, but that's not to say that you couldn't. I really think it's a better competition yo-yo than, say, the Replay Pro is, and Gentry won Nationals with the Replay Pro. So, as you can see, this is kind of wider. It's not as light. It's not as heavy as the Replay Pro. It's much more zippy on the string, and it is super stable. Like, that was like kind of the one thing that I was really impressed with. Super stable. And the other thing that I really like, and I think this really kind of steps up the bar, is the blasted inner cup with that blasted finger spin hub. I think it looks great. It works great. Just really awesome. But that's probably enough of me rambling on about it. Let's go throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what this thing can do. Alright guys, we are back with the polycarbonate YoyoFactory Wedge. So, this thing retails for 20 bucks. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't think I did. Which is a phenomenal price. I love $20 plastic yo-yos. I feel like that's kind of the standard. And this kind of breaks the mold because it's 20 bucks, but I mean, it plays phenomenally. Very, very stable. That's sort of the first thing you'll notice. Very, very stable. So, especially for a beginner, what you want is a yo-yo that's stable and long spinning and is able to take some damage. Plastic yo-yos can usually do that. And just is not very expensive. This hits all those categories, and it hits them beautifully because it's a really fun yo-yo. Like, you will not outgrow this yo-yo. So, like, let's say you start with a recessed first base or something. And you're like, I think I want something that spins a little longer, maybe something I can learn how to finger spin on. This is a great second yo-yo. This would actually be a great first yo-yo if you want to just learn how to bind right off the bat. It does not come responsive. I don't know if a slim bearing would fit. It's a little bit wide. For my tastes, I don't like responsive yo-yos that are this big. I think it feels unnatural. But that's just me. As you can see, super long spinning, super stable. Hit my hand a little bit. The outside is like a kind of a shiny plastic, like a polished plastic. So if that hits your hand, especially, it's getting warm. It's pretty much summer. If it hits your hand, it's gonna slow it down a little bit. I guess that's maybe a con, but that's really just it's a plastic yo-yo. Like, you're gonna have that. It's how plastic yo-yos work. As far as smoothness is concerned, had to tune mine a little bit. Standard amount of plastic vibe, I'd say. 8 out of 10. Nothing too crazy. Nice and smooth enough. You can't feel it on the string. It's basically what you would expect out of a $20 plastic yo-yo. Very good. As far as grinds are concerned, not really going to be finger grinding or arm grinding much on it because of that kind of shiny plastic. But that's not to say that you can't grind on it. It's just, especially now that it's getting summertime and muggy, not going to be your favorite grind yo-yo. But, can't really do that either. If you grab the blasted inner cups there, you can get some good talon grinds if you get them and don't catch your fingers on the side. As far as finger spins are concerned, though, come on. Finger spins just as well, if not a little bit better, than the original Wedge. And that blasted hub really helps. This thing finger spins great. It'll be easy to learn finger spins on because it's a big catch zone to catch the cup, to catch it in the cup, and I mean, it's easy to do. But yeah, I mean, I really can't say enough good things about this thing. This is a great plastic yo-yo. And for 20 bucks, probably some of the best $20 you could spend for like kind of an all-arounder, non-gimmicky plastic yo-yo. Because that's what this is. There's no gimmicks to this. This is I'm gonna learn yo-yo tricks, and I'm gonna play yo-yo. That's what this yo-yo is. No gimmicks, nothing like that. It's just got all the things. I know, sometimes people think of finger spin hubs as a gimmick. On plastic yo-yos, especially like this, I don't, because you got to put something on the hub, so why not just make it a finger spin hub? I mean, otherwise it would be flat or a spike or something, and it's like, well, people like finger spins, and why not do that? You got to put something on that hub. Let's make it a finger spin hub. But yeah, I really, really have been enjoying this yo-yo. I think it is particularly excellent. It's long spinning. It binds great too. They put great pads in this. YoYoFactory did an awesome job. All around, excellent. For 20 bucks, I don't know if you could do any better. I don't think you could. But let's go ahead and we'll stick it on the desk. We'll pull it apart and we'll do pros and cons. All right, guys, we are back on the desk with the brand new YoYoFactory Wedge. All right, let's take this bad boy apart. Show you guys what the insides look like. Just pulling her apart here. So what's interesting about this, and I'm not 100% certain, but I think YoyoFactory used like a spacer. See that silver thing around the orange? That would be new for YoyoFactory, but that's pretty much like that's how the Gamma Crash and all of the Yo-Yo Empire stuff is. There's like spacers like that. So as you can see, they kind of used a spacer. This one came shipped with the red pads. I do think that Evan probably uses the red pads. That's probably his favorite, which is why the red pads are in here. Red pads are the best YoyoFactory pads. If you're going to get YoyoFactory pads, go with the red ones. They're the best ones. The bearing doesn't sit that tight on the seat. You can just pull it out, but it is your standard center track bearing. Very smooth spinning. Very nice. Now I did pull this out. I usually, whenever I get a new yo-yo, I clean the bearing and then I lube the bearing right off the bat just to kind of get it smoothly playing the way I want it to play. And this one's perfect now. I've been playing it a ton. It really helps, in my opinion, to immediately take, clean, and lube the bearing. I'll have to do a video about that. Maybe next time I get a new yo-yo, I'll pull the bearing, we'll clean it, we'll lube it, I'll do a whole video about it. But I really think that really helps the yo-yo. It just takes it from whatever it was back to being, whatever it would be new, just to absolute perfection. And I feel like the cleaned lubed bearings always sort of just, I don't have to worry about that new yo-yo bearing locking up on me or anything because I know it's cleaned and lubed and everything's going to be good, and it's not going to be something that's going to lock up and I'm going to have to do it later. So I like to do that. That's how I like to do it. So let's do pros and cons. So pros, $20. I mean, for $20, this thing plays just as well as, God, I've played metal yo-yo factories, beat up ones, but no, I've played metal yo-yo factories that don't play this well. This is an awesome yo-yo. And for $20, I think it outshines a lot of the competition, even a lot of the metal yo-yos that are in the $20 range. This thing is the real deal. It's not too heavy. It's 66.5 or 0.7 or whatever grams it is. It's actually a very nice weight. I like it very much. I tend to like a little bit heavier plastic yo-yos, but this is kind of just like, I mean, if this was a metal yo-yo at that weight, it would still be a pretty lightweight, good yo-yo. Lots of rim weight, you kind of feel it. Lots of stability for a $20 plastic yo-yo. It's probably the most stable $20 plastic ever. And for 5A May, this would be an awesome 5A yo-yo. I know I'm slacking on 5A May. I haven't strung up a single yo-yo to play 5A. I've been busy, but I think this would be a great option for that if you're going to learn 5A because it's plastic and you don't want to necessarily bang a counterweight off of your nice metal yo-yos, especially if you're just learning 5A, and I think this would be a good option for that as well. Finger spin hubs are awesome. These work particularly well, and they blasted them this time, which, I mean, no complaints. Perfection. Great job, YoYoFactory. Great job, Evan. You guys did awesome. This is awesome. I love this. The matting around it is really nice, too, because if you don't hit it dead center, you can kind of pull it to the center. In my opinion, one of the best finger spin yo-yos, probably the best plastic finger spin yo-yo, at least at the $20 price range. This thing is awesome. Let's see, any other good bearing in it. Just, overall quality packaging, quality yo-yo, everything you would expect from YoYoFactory. Comes out of the box pretty smooth. That standard amount of plastic vibiness is there, but it's not, you don't feel it on the string. It's no vibier than a North Star or the Protostar or anything like that. It's actually smoother, I'd say, than like a replay would be, at least most replays, and I think a lot of that has to do with the really cool hub design here. I'm glad YoYoFactory stopped using the Deathlock spacers, and they're not using the molded plastic bearing seat. It's a hub with a spacer, and it's great. This is how I want plastic yo-yos to be built, in my opinion. So this is great. Excellent. As far as cons are concerned, now because this is shiny, you're not going to get good grinds out of it. I know I'm probably the only person that likes to do grind combos a lot, but this one's not going to be great for that. But that's okay. It's no different than most shiny plastic yo-yos. The finger spins because it is a plastic yo-yo and it does have a little bit, it has that plastic yo-yo vibe. you know, you can really feel them on the, not really feel it, but you feel it on the finger spin, and I feel like the finger spin times suffer a little bit because of that, but that doesn't mean you can't get long finger spins out of it. I just feel like I got longer ones out of the Delrin Wedge, but, you know, that's not really a con. It's just sort of a, like, if you were planning on, like, longest finger spin ever, is it going to out finger spin, say, the Skyva? I don't know. I mean, you'll probably get close, but, you know, that's kind of for those guys who are trying to do, who's got the longest finger spin yo-yo? It's me! No. But no, this is perfectly capable of finger spins, and easy, and it gets great ones, as you've seen. But, I mean, that's really it. I mean, for 20 bucks, I mean, those cons are really just grasping at straws. This thing is awesome. I really think that YoYoFactory really knocked it out of the park with this. I really think Evan did a nice job designing this. I know there was a lot of time, effort, testing that went into this yo-yo, and I gotta say, it was all very well worth it. This is absolutely one of the nicest plastic yo-yos, just molded polycarbonate plastic yo-yos I've ever had the privilege of playing. And I'm enjoying it a lot. And I'm hoping it sticks around for a long time, and like the Replay Pro gets a bazillion different colors, because then I can have more, which is always fun, right? Because this is a great yo-yo, and who doesn't want to have a bunch of great cheap plastic yo-yos, either to help to give away, or carry with you, or to do crazy things with. This would be a great yo-yo for that, and I think it's awesome. I really think they nailed it. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I do yo-yo videos every day. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.